What happened to the Ford guy?
So far, he has not accepted our invitation. We'd love him to join as well.
No guts. He ought to show up, be there with the other two.
I agree.
I agree. All right. So much for that filibuster-proof majority for the Democrats in the Senate. Republican incumbent Saxby Chambliss won the runoff yesterday in Georgia. He was expected to. The best the Democrats can do now is 59 seats in the Senate. That Minnesota race still undecided. It was a much-needed win, though, for beleaguered Republicans coming off that beating they took on Election Day. Perhaps the bigger story is Sarah Palin, the hockey mom turned Alaska governor turned vice presidential candidate turned national joke, flew into Georgia on Monday and campaigned around the state in a whirlwind tour for Chambliss, drawing huge crowds at several events. Georgia's a tailor-made state for her. Chambliss said that Palin had a huge impact on his win. Quoting here, she came in on the last day, did a fly around, and man, she was dynamite, unquote. Palin's former running mate, John McCain, also campaigned for Chambliss. So did former Republican candidates Mitt Romney, Mike Huckabee, and Rudy Giuliani. But Palin is being given a large share of the credit for pushing Chambliss over the top and getting him this win. So here's our question. What does Saxby Chambliss's win in Georgia mean for Sarah Palin, who went there to campaign for him? Go to CNN.com/Cafferty file and post a comment on my blog. Might be the reddest state in the country, so it's not surprising she's very popular there.
Very popular there. She's very popular in Alaska, too. You know, that's her home state.
But not as popular as she was before she made a few boo-boos on her way to losing the presidential election.
You are correct.
Well,
thank you, Jack. Stand by.
Question this hour is, what does Saxby Chambliss's win in Georgia mean for Sarah Palin, who went there to campaign for him? It's a slow day. What do you want from me? Agnes in Scottsdale writes, it means the South is solidly Republican and firmly flyover country. Sarah Palin's an embarrassment to progressive, forward-looking citizens of either party. This was her swan song. No doubt the GOP top dogs will put a lid on her, except when they're afraid they can't get a full audience at some event. She's great at pulling in the dinosaurs. Paul in Indiana, it means the base loves her. The rest of us who find her circumlocutory speech patterns as abrasive as nails on a blackboard are doomed to a future of listening to her butcher the English language. Dick Cavett hit the nail on the head when he called her the wild wordsmith of Wasilla in an article he wrote. Aaron writes, come on, Jack, a Republican won in a runoff election in Georgia. What did you expect? Mac in Michigan writes, it means that Georgia's still part of the bass-ackwards part of the country that supports right-wing conservatism, and Sarah Palin can still find an audience in a state where the collective IQ is about 37. Harsh. Juliana writes, it means nothing for her. She is self-absorbed, arrogant, and doesn't want to let go of her 15 minutes of fame. The GOP candidate in 2012 will be Governor Bobby Jindal of Louisiana. Besides, President-elect Obama hasn't even started his term, so stop talking about Sarah Palin. Jeff in Michigan writes, it means Palin didn't hit the campaign trail early enough to ruin Chambliss's chances of winning, the same way she damaged McCain's chances in the general election. And Andre in San Fernando Valley, California says it means that you can carry on your absolute total obsession for Sarah Palin for at least one more day. Face it, super old dude, don't lie, you've got the hots for Caribou Barbie. If you didn't see your email here, go to my blog at cnn.com/Cafferty file. Look for yours among hundreds of others. Well,